You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about wrong, right, death, life. Talk about anything you like, you better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about broke, rich, real life-ish. Speaking like this, I can't miss. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about the old, young, smart, dumb. Let me show you where I'm coming from. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will.
Man. You know, when we put this thing together and we started rolling, you know, I don't have to, and you don't have to either. But my desire and commitment is to be very accurate, careful, and not get caught up in things, right? And that's how I live my life for the most part. But there's some current affairs going on at the time of this recording, and I'm gonna speak on it. And you may not hear it, or you may hear it, you know, once we go to editing and everything. The first affair is this damn Kendrick and Drake. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not listened to all the tracks. And y'all know where I stand on hip hop. But what I can tell you, from my observation, is that it is artistry versus pop. It is the real versus cornball. And what I have heard from our little brother Kendrick, that boy was not playing. I don't know how it got started. I don't know why it got started. But what I do know is when a person hits that point and begin to articulate that way, me personally, I believe it's a green light. And I'm not talking street shit, go kill somebody. That's not what I'm saying. Meaning that this is warranted. You must be exposed. That's the only reason it hits that hard. Somebody has been BSing, and this young brother has been quiet, and I ain't taking this shit no more. I'm about to tell everybody. The diss song is a hit record. Now keep in mind, I'm 49 years old. And it is, okay, you had LL, who anybody ever went against LL, they no longer sell records. The good brother Ice-T, he is in a rock and roll band now, okay, which is dope. OG to the bone, right? Kool Moe Dee, Cannabis, they all challenged them, okay? So I came up in that dissing. And then you have the most famous. It's more famous than what Kendrick and Drake is going through right now. No Vaseline by the great MC Ice Cube. Y'all don't understand how we was at the record store when that album came out. And you listen to the whole album because it was a cassette to get to that song. And in the words of the DOC on Drink Champs, when DOC say, when it came on, you immediately knew this about to be some shit. The DOC say he told them, y'all probably want to leave this alone. And that's the DOC, okay? Cube took the whole group, dissed them, and then dissed them one by one. And that group was over. Yelling Compton, but you moved to Riverside. And then the coldest, most deadliest, if I'm not mistaken, the man who wrote it feels bad about it today. Coldest diss line in the history of dissing. And the one that wrote it said he was in a real dark place at that time and did not care. I'm paraphrasing. And the line goes like this. EIHT. Now, should I continue? You left out the G because the G ain't in you. Man, y'all, look, I got the chills because it's real. When DJ Quick said that about MC8, I don't think 8 sold another record since. He ruined that man. That man, kids might talk to him dumb now. That's the dissing era that I came from. And this stuff that Kendrick has written, just the clips that I have seen. And then look at the strategy. The brother, according to the Gram, the brother pulls the copyrights out of it to let the content creators make money off of it. And Drake, who you could ask my wife. I've said the kid got great wordplay. He has a line that says, the thing I learned, the hardest part about business is minding your own. That was one of Drake's lines. I thought that was very good. We live in the same building, but got different views. I thought that was good. The dude has some wordplay. However, that boy Kendrick done hit him upside his head and the cat ain't saying nothing. And look, there's no way you can get this like that and say nothing. The high road ain't that high. The high road not that high. No. I'm getting ready to take this ass whooping or give one. You gonna have to do me in, huh? You can't know, man. Huh? Come on. I mean, Drake, where you at, dude? And I'm saying this to say, and this is only my belief, but give me a little while. Because if I get after it, I'm going to uncover it. This is just my belief. There's so much truth to what the brother Kendrick is saying that my man sent the other boy into a shell. You can't even recalibrate. You done been hit so hard. I sure hate to say this, but you better tell him or I will. He done got hit like when Glenn Johnson hit Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones ain't never been the same when it comes to the ring. Glenn Johnson cleaned that man clock, and Roy is one of my favorites. Pensacola in the house. But, man, look. But when Glenn Johnson hit Roy couldn't recalibrate. It seems, as of today, Drake can't put it back together. You done got your bell rung, huh? So, for my people that think they rappers, because you know I ain't giving you no goddamn credit for being an MC, right? But for you rappers that's standing on business, you make sure that you are careful on who you running your mouth against. You be careful on what you doing and what you think you getting away with. Perfect segue. Not his brother. This brother that thought he was getting away with something. This man is in trouble. Current affair number 2. If he is never charged, he is in trouble. And I'm not talking bad about my brother, because when you see somebody getting taken down, you need to learn. Y'all done heard the clip of the Minister Farrakhan that Killer Mike got on his album? When you see a person fall, don't laugh. Learn. What can we learn? Number one, you don't mess over women, man. You don't do that. You don't do that. Maybe in a ignorant, childish mind frame, I'm talking from the first time you start to like the opposite sex to adulthood. But once you know, you got to leave that alone. This brother's in trouble, man. And it's sad because you have a whole empire that is coming down. And now, as the scriptures say, the sins of the father will visit the children, man. Now everybody has to go in seclusion because someone with a belief system that has so much hate for what you did could do something to your children, man. They could do something to your children, let alone you. And you out here fronting, and as they say, what's in the dark, come to the light. And you, man, and for whatever reason, for whatever reason, this is visiting our brother is the reason. Whether it's he went after a big liquor company, and see, because in that world, you dealing with people that show up in unmarked Crown Victorias. When they show up, your ass is in trouble. I got the chills because it's real. I don't do nothing that calls for unmarked Crown Victorias to come visit me. Nothing. You do know we're not. These are the people that will sit next to you. You watch the shit in movies, and they sit next to you at the bar, and the next thing you know, you just dead. That's them type people at that level. But what was in the dark is now coming to the light, man. And what I'm learning is that certain things is not for certain people. You have a set of people that have a savage nature. And some of them are up in high places. You with me? And then here you coming from here, and then you begin to associate with these higher ups, and now you are starting to believe that you could do what they do. Go ask Tiger Woods. But that ain't you. That ain't your nature. You could kind of put it with like the Stockholm syndrome. Because I'm there, I am. And it ain't you. Then you start to eat like them. And you start to hang out with them. And then you desire to be like them. And so now you making deals and getting more money than you ever seen in your life. You begin to have drivers and tailor-made cars and penthouse homes and yachts and all of this stuff. And I'm going to tell you something, and this is going to piss a lot of people off, but ask me if I care. Whenever a person throws their religion at the front, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Because the ones that are really practicing their spiritual or religious belief, they don't tell you. Why? Because it's between them and their creator. It's no need to tell you. But boy, the brother changed his name to Love. He done had several name changes. That meaning I'm not grounded. He whooped another executive because said executive put out a video that had a metaphor of the so-called Jesus Christ. And he thought he was making fun of his Lord. And he whooped that man. Over a metaphor, people. So something was loose there. And I'm learning that I must stay grounded, How do I stay grounded? How can you stay grounded? In the words of Andre 3000, at the time he wrote it, he was Andre Benjamin. Prayer is the tightest game that you could have. You stay prayed up. You surround yourself with a wise counsel. Okay? Whether that be a uncle, a aunt, a pastor, a mentor, someone that can grab you and don't care what you think you are or where you think you going, they could get you back to the ground. Go ask Derrick Rose. Had good uncles with him. Ask our brother from Riverside that could hoop for the Clippers that don't stay healthy through the season or so. The whole San Antonio thing that he went through. Had good people with him. We not playing hurt. You see? So have you some wise counsel. Run your ideas through your wise counsel, man, to get a good read on that stuff before you jump out there thinking you something other than what you are, man. Because look here, that ego is a mother. Ego edging God out. That ego will have you thinking that you the one thinking. Go read Wizard's book, The Tao of the Wu, where he say Bobby Digital almost took him out of this world until his lady changed the locks on him and he slept in his own front yard. And he was able to recalibrate and get himself together. And you know him now as RZA doing all kind of beautiful things. Huh? But he almost got lost with that ego. Go read the book, The Tao of the Wu, written by RZA. So if we not careful, man, and that prayer game is not tight, your ego will take you on a ride you have no business being on, and the next thing you know, your ass is in trouble. And I'm not talking about these kids on how they dodge the feds and no, the trouble, they here for real. They done set a raid up and knocked all your doors at the same time on different coasts. Don't play with me. Don't play with them. Again, Ma, I don't do snitchable shit. I don't, hey man, look here. I'll fuck around, be broke before I do some dumb shit. Yeah. I'm not going to jail. No, I don't need you talking to me. It is a way to live an outstanding life, meaning one that stands out without doing dumb shit. Y'all know them little innuendos and them little sarcastic posts and memes and all this shit on the internet from these people. You better tell them, or I will, that say that little slick shit. Remember when I told y'all people I don't want no toxic relationship, and you the toxic one? Them type of little clips. Be aware of the snakes in the grass. Be aware who the true friends, and all of this philosophical conviction. Cliches that you don't understand. Because you got to have an experience to make the cliche come to life. Where my man friends at? No one has come to his defense and said anything. And the ones that have, their words don't hold no weight. It's so bad. It's just bad. I'm gonna leave it right there, man, because I just know it's bad, because nothing like that should come to your doorstep. Somewhere, this type of stuff is not made up. If it is made up, then I want to know the people who's making it, because the thought process in order to sell a story like that, I need to know how they do that. I need to know the books that they read. Because if they have that power to make it up, then that means they got the power to make it real. Hope I didn't confuse you with that. Live your life in a way to the best of your ability to where unmarked Crown Victorias don't come to you. Because I'm telling you, when them unmarked Crown Victorias show up, somebody is going to jail or someone is going to die. Poof, just like that. Man. So I pray for the people, but I'm here to learn from it, man. The wise man learned from the other's mistakes so he don't have to have the same experience, he or she, right? So learn, look at it from a different way, huh? Especially when you hanging out with your hangouts and you're doing your thing, man. Look at it, learn the lesson you need to learn, or just leave it alone. I'ma holler at y'all, man. Whoo, that boy in trouble. That boy in trouble, man. Sad. $1 billion empire coming to the ground. Unmarked Crown Victorias, they will get your ass. Oh my God.
Have a deep conversation, probably reach across the nation. I'm getting to the point, be patient. Tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them, yeah. You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast on the internet. Sean P. You better tell them.